Thanks for your interest in the 30 by 30 by 30 project. Stick around after this short animated video explaining the whole process of what we're doing, and we'll chat a bit more. Hi, I'm Stephanie Pruitt. I'm a poet, arts, and artist advocate, and a creative waymaker here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm thrilled to be talking with you today and inviting you to join me in 30 by 30 by 30. Okay, so I said thrilled, but I'm also a little nervous and scared because there's something about this project that's totally different and new for me. But then there's also a great deal of familiar territory, things that I've been doing for many years. As a poet, so much of my work has been community-based. I've taught not only at major universities and academic institutions like Vanderbilt and Peabody and the Sewanee Young Writers Conference and O'Moore College of Design, but I've also facilitated creative writing experiences in over 100 community and K-12 based programs. I love working with young people, with the elderly, with people who maybe didn't imagine that art and poetry would be part of their lives. I'm also very interested in community-based arts programming. My husband and I host a really successful reading series called Poems and Pancakes, where we have almost 100 people at our home to enjoy literature and a shared meal, and it's all about community building. And so is 30 by 30 by 30. I love that part of it. What it's often doing is kind of breaking the bubble of the creative process that many artists find themselves in. So much of what we do, me as a literary artist, others as visual and performing artists, so much of what we do is kind of in our own mind or in our own studio at our individual writing table. So I love that 30 by 30 by 30 is starting to kind of demystify and open up that process. This is a challenge in many ways, though, because sometimes opening that process is so unfamiliar, it's a bit of a stretch. I actually recently finished a major long-term creative writing project, 8 years in the making, and I was able to really take my time, go slow, and this is challenging me to write a poem every day for 30 days. It's kind of disfamiliar, but it reminds me of when I was younger. My mother had the insight to help me in my creative way making. I had a thing about writing on the sofa cushions and often got in trouble for it. So she actually covered one wall in my bedroom with butcher block paper. So what she was doing was like giving me a specific space that I could create. And there's something that's really powerful about enabling constraints. So it's a constraint, kind of a formal thing, a decision, a rule almost, that ends up freeing you up to create even more. My mother freed me up to write and draw as I like to do on many different things, but she gave me a constraint within a space that I would be able to write and draw. Well, 30 by 30 by 30 is doing that. It's really constraining me to a short amount of time and a specific place. I'm used to writing in my home, at libraries, even sometimes in my car as I sit in a parking lot. Writing in a public space where people might be walking around is different for me, but I need that challenge. To grow creatively, I have to push myself beyond my comfort zone. So I'm nervous about this, but also excited. And I'm glad to make this a public process because I think that's going to make me grow even more and help other people to kind of imagine how art making can transfer into other areas of their lives. Those skills, I think, can really do things for us, not only as creatives, but whatever job, whatever profession, however you fill the hours of your day. I think thinking about how you make things can help you to make things in other places and ways. That's exciting to me.